Hello, welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We will be picking up where we left off last week. Oh boy, a whole bunch of stuff happened at the ball or the opening ceremony last week. Let's see if I can remember all of it. Keith and his astromech droid cut the data line to the big corporate tree-like art piece, and they don't know what all that's going to be, but they did determine that the art piece is of Hyver technology, some kind of psionic tech, and it's basically reading the room, everybody in the room. It's not reading minds or anything like that, but it is collecting psionic data on people in the room. And so they opted to shut that off for one reason or another. Probably one, because they don't want to be added to the database, and two, it's going to likely draw attention. And that tree, of course, was created by the great Hyver Jim, who is currently drunk on cheddar cheese. They spiked the drinks and got the security chief, what's his name? Security Chief Brule, and the new colonel of Aradna Star Mercenary Company. Not, well, yes, drunk, but also, didn't you guys spike it with some kind of drug?
What Tiger stuff?
It was with that fucking badass fucking Mirage.
Oh, the Mirage
drink
liquor.
or-
So, oh, that's
Yeah.
right. So
yeah,
they are,
highly hallucinogenic.
yeah, they are
fun.
hallucinating everybody's dreams around them. So that's fun. And Ting is, in the guise of his alter ego, Rock Hardware, is on stage doing set pieces with Tisney Zazzle, and we'll find out how that's going here in just a minute. Before we get started, I'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships, partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. Tonight, we'd like to thank Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard makes wonderful beard products such as oils, balms, butters, beard wash, beard conditioner. They've got a all-natural deodorant, spray-on colognes. They have a line for women's products at fablebeauty.com, and they've got things like body frosting and facial scrub and hair tonic oils and shave serums and all. I think they've got spray-on perfumes now too. And all of their scent profiles are a different fantasy character. For instance, tonight I am wearing Dr. Wolf's Beard Butter. It is a nice light blueberry and pipe tobacco mix, and it leaves your beard nice and soft. And they've got just a ton of different scents. So I suggest going through their website and finding one that will fit you. I have only found one scent that I didn't particularly care for, and I wouldn't say that I didn't like it. I would just say that it's not on my list of favorites, and I probably wouldn't order it again. And so, I mean, everything else I've tried, some of them I just tried on a whim, thinking, this probably isn't going to be that good, and then I end up loving it. So, it's a safe bet that you'll be able to find something that you like. My favorites are the Hero, Dr. Wolf, what's the other one? There's one, oh, the Marksman is really good. They've got a bunch. So I recommend going through their list. If you like to smell like you are out in the forest, the Marksman is for you. It's got like a pine and cedar scent to it. It smells really good. It's very, very fresh. They do have a buy one, get one free option for first-time purchasers. So if you go to fablebeardco.com and you create an account, you can put 2 beard oils into your cart, and when you go to checkout, use the code FIRST in all capital letters, and that'll get you that second one for free. We also have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got hoodies and t-shirts and buttons. There is a t-shirt for tonight's game that has the Pirates of Drinax nuclear explosion logo. That's also on a button. We've got beer steins, and we've got a whiskey rocks glass. There's all sorts of stuff on there. And 100% of the proceeds in that store goes directly back into our channel. that pirate flag logo was made by the wonderful Cameron. And all of that goes back into the channel. So it helps us cover all these little things like Incarnate Pro and Roll20 Pro, and even our Filmora Wondershare software, or maybe it's the other way around, Wondershare Filmora software. So if you want to help us make ends meet at the end of each month, go get yourself a t-shirt and a rocks glass, and we appreciate anything that you do for us. There is a big sale going on for all Braunhaven books over on DriveThruRPG. If you like old school, sandbox type campaigns, go check out Braunhaven campaign setting for Old School Essentials. That is my campaign setting. That's the one that we run on Saturdays usually, although we're off this Saturday. But there's a bunch of books out, and right now all PDFs for Braunhaven are 50% off, and all of the print-on-demand books have been trimmed back and reduced price. And that sale is going to be going on through to January 2nd. So, go grab some old school books and join us in the fun. All right, so a couple things. So Ting, go ahead and make a art performance plus social check, and you get to add, of course, your fabulous package to that. It's funny, I hadn't gone through, I read through all of the augments, but that was a while ago, and I certainly didn't memorize all of them. Wrong dice. But since you have gone and got the fabulous package, I'm running into people bringing up the fabulous augment package over and over and over again in a lot of the traveler groups. Like, oh yeah, but you get this bonus if you get the fabulous augment. Like, nobody talked about it before, Wes went out and was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go do this.
Yeah, and it's been paying off great.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. People don't really realize a lot of times the power of the charisma.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, especially
the social skills.
Yeah, if you use it, if you want to be your group's face, having not only a high soch, but anything that's going to give you a bonus to those social situations, it's worth every cent.
Well, when I originally made the Traveler, I mean, anytime I had a choice on anything, I learned, I made my decisions on learning shit like stewardship and persuasion, deception, stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, that you remember I had no combat skills at the beginning. Really, I could throw grenades.
Right.
And,
you stuck with grenades because all you had was athletics decks.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really paid. Now I'm a rock star, So I mean,
yeah, it can happen to anybody.
Hard to be mad about that.
Well, and that's a perfect example of one of the things I love about Traveler is that the characters, unlike 5th edition D&D, 5th edition is totally the opposite end, where at level 1 you just made your character, you spent 45 minutes making a fucking character that should only take you about 3 to 5 minutes, right? But that's another story. So you spend 45 minutes making the character along with your 3-page background, and you come into the game at level 1, 0 experience, and at level 1 you're a goddamn superhero. I mean, you have huge abilities. Traveler, you're not some young chicken, but on average, usually you're going to be 34 to 38 years old if you want a decent set of skills. You're middle-aged, and you're finally branching out on your own, and you're not a superhero. You've got an average set of skills. You've got, you are an average person that has been thrown into extraordinary situations. And really, you can make it do anything that you want. You can learn stuff. You can become anything you want. So I mean, that's one of the things I love about it. But anyways, so you and well, I should make one for Tisney. Huh? Well, that's
You did
pretty
better
good
than
too.
me. Yeah.
So the two of you are rocking the joint, and um, Faye Borshun, the station administrator, kind of climbs up to the central podium of the stairs and is just kind of waiting for you guys to finish your set. Um, Everybody can make a Recon plus intellect check.
I got 12.
Nice.
I'm 15.
Nice.
Jeez.
7. But
Yeah.
I'm performing, man.
Yeah.
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 Thanks,
Ting's busy. So during this performance, and Gregor notices this first. Gregor and Captain Beth notice this first. These doors open, right? And you see like 6 technicians come running in, and they are heading over to the big, fugly-looking corporate statue. They all have, both a mix of easily identifiable mechanics toolkits and computer toolkits, and you can tell they're techs because they're some of them are just wearing plain Jadeko jumpsuits. Other ones, a couple of the guys carrying the computer toolkits and laptops and whatnot, they have on lab coats, and they are heading over to that um, statue. Keith, you see them coming your way. What are you doing? You and your bot.
Um, we're gonna just head on over to the security chief and see how he's doing.
Okay, so you can move on. Okay, yeah. So you kind of move over towards the security chief just as these guys are passing, and um, one of the techs stops and asks security chief Brule. He says, "Pardon me, security chief. Have you seen anybody over there at the statue messing around with anything? We've received an alert." And the security chief is just kind of slurring his words, and his pupils look like dinner plates. And he looks up at this guy, and the technician looks at him and goes, "My God, man, are you drunk? You're on the job." And Colonel Destry pats the guy on the shoulder. "Oh, he's fine." He's like, "You're both drunk. This is unacceptable." And he calls this security guard over, and he says, "Get both of these men to their private quarters and stand guard over them. Make sure they don't leave. We're going to have a discussion with their supervisor about this." And so Chief Brule and Colonel Destry are removed, and so is that security guard. But these techs are all kind of congregating over here. This security guard heads over this way, and this security guard, he heads over this way. And they are kind of standing around with the techs as they are fiddle fucking around with this tree. Just as Ting and Tisney finish their set. No, hold on.
Our set was specifically designed that I get off stage way before Tisney Zazzle is done with her shit.
No, you can go ahead and do that if you would like.
Yeah, because there's stuff I was wanting to do before she wrapped up the show.
Okay. So, Gregor, what are you doing during all of this fracas? Gregor is
You're muted.
muted. Yeah, you're muted in Discord. There you go.
I'm pissing and moaning.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill that guy.
Oh, that's right. You were ready to shoot him in the back of the head.
Well, you moron.
Well, I mean, he's not a problem anymore.
This is true. So I killed some of those technicians. I don't think so with all those bad
Wow, you were breaking up really bad. I got none of that.
How about this?
I didn't get that.
Any better?
A little bit better.
Can you give me the score sheet for those clone cards?
For the clone what?
The crypto 40 guys.
Sorry, you broke up. I'm not getting you. Yeah, there you go. You could type it in chat. Did you want to type it into chat? Okay. We'll come back to Gregor. Captain Beth. So you see all of this stuff going on. What are you doing?
I'm carousing with all these drunk people trying to
Yes.
get more information on how to get to the vault.
Yes, Oleus of Marduk, Prophet Zarn, who the more tipsy he gets, the more he seems to fawn over you. Hiver Jim, of course, is still carrying around a cheese board. And Eridani of Tobiah, even she seems to be getting a little bit tipsy, although you note that she is being careful to sip her drinks rather than quaff them the way Oleus is doing.
All right.
Oh, my phone's blowing up. So you're just carousing?
Yeah, I'm seeing if anybody has information about the vault.
Okay.
Like how to get.
Go ahead and make a carouse plus social check.
8.
Okay. So as you are carousing, Prophet Not Prophet Zarn. Maybe it is. Interesting. So as you are carousing, you see one of these techs as they're rushing. They're kind of rushing past your group. You see one of them. He has his security pass card on a lanyard that's sticking out of his lab coat, and the lanyard is hanging down out of the pocket.
Oh, that's so tempting.
That's your opening.
I snag that sucker.
Yeah. So this, I know what I want to say this is, but I know that's not really a thing. Let's see. I'm gonna guess that this is.
Tactics naval.
I would guess this is going to be an athletics dex check.
Okay.
What I wanted to say is, make a pickpockets check or whatever. There's no such thing. But that would all fall under athletics dexterity. So.
I got a 10.
Oh, awesome! So you snagged this guy's card. Now this guy's a technician, so I mean, he's with IT, so he's got to have some pretty good, high security clearance, right? I mean, you don't know by looking at this card. It's got a picture of him on it, and there's some kind of barcode, and there's obviously some kind of chip in there, and his name's on it. Like, he's Roger, or Bob, or something. Pick an average IT tech name, and that's what you've got. And so you just kind of lift that out of his pocket, and you deftly tuck it into your uniform, and nobody really noticed that you had done that.
Did they hang out with the drunks?
Right. I guess Eridani might have, but I don't think Eridani's got recon. Yeah, look at that. She rolled a 4. She saw nothing.
She's watching the concert.
Yes. 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 Yeah, she's gonna. I imagine Eridani's probably acting like the typical Swiftie. She's just, completely droned out listening to Tisney Zazzle's performance. So you snag this card. Are you? So as part of your carouse, are you extricating yourself from this social situation, or are you staying there?
I've already got them all drunk and riled up. Maybe I ought to get out of there.
Okay, you can go.
Bye.
There you go. So Ting, you have passed the set off to Tisney Zazzle. Where would you like to go?
As my set ends, I want to blast the fog machines and do a lot of stroby, flashy lights.
Okay.
To really do everything up, and then I am I'm going to try to exit the scene.
Okay.
If I can.
So we'll make that a Go ahead and make an art performance plus social and your fabulous check.
That's 13.
Okay. And then make a let's see. Make a Are you trying to extricate yourself from this stealthily?
That's correct.
So go ahead and make a stealth plus dex check, and you get a +2 to that.
Then give me 11.
Okay, excellent. So in the cloud of smoke that now has enveloped much of the room, and in these strobing lights and laser flashes going through the cloud, you make your way off the stage over back towards Gregor.
Yeah, if I could leave the whole bit, I will. I don't know.
So Keith, I mean, it looks like the band's back together over down here at the door. Where? I guess this is actually a question for everybody. Where are you guys going?
So
I mean,
first thing, I wanted to see if we could make a copy of that card.
You probably could. Let me. I know that this is here. Yeah. You can make a electronics computer plus intellect or education check.
Okay. Um, do I get a bonus for having a TL14 computer, or is that gonna?
Actually, TL14 computer, you'd be at -1 because this card's
-1?
higher tech.
Okay. All right. 8.
So you are out of this. The security that is embedded into this card is massive. It's going to be very hard to replicate this, but you are able to determine that this pass card has level 2 access.
Okay. Well, it's good enough. Let's see if we can use it.
Okay.
You want to move over towards the other guys or not?
Yeah, let's head out.
So as a group, are you guys wanting to make your exit at this point?
that's what it looks like.
Okay. All right.
Taking my bots too.
Yep. Take your bots.
Yeah, they're commanded to go back to shenanigans.
Okay. Good idea. Yeah. What about your AX-57 astromech droid?
I'm gonna hold on to him and have him follow us.
Okay. You know, that is a good idea. Hold on here. I don't know why you didn't think of this before.
I think we need to figure out where the fuck this
Is vaulted.
security chief is. And I think we need to try to go get his card while he's all fucked up and locked in quarters. But that means
Yeah,
we
that's
have
why
to
I walked
remove.
over to him. I was gonna try to steal it.
Yeah.
Oh, smart. Hey, I don't even know where the vault is.
So,
Right? Remember?
yeah. Well, give me just a second, and we will get to that because, I mean, there are certain things that you know about the vault already.
It's in the center.
Right. You know that it is in the very center of the station.
Okay.
Um,
Gotta figure out a path there, though.
I don't remember. Thank you for saying that, Tim.
bear with me. Doing something
Wait.
on the fly here. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So, I would say that both Keith and Ting would know that. I mean, there you know that the vault is at the center of the stations. I mean, the assumption is that if you head towards the middle, and you know that the station is essentially a dodecahedron, so you know roughly which direction to go to get to the middle. And of course, if you wanted to, along the way, you could hack computers or ask for general reference to get a "you are here" kind of map. In addition to that, you know that these cards that they're using are high level encryption. It's not impossible to clone it, but it is going to be exceptionally difficult to do.
Did you account for your decryption software that you have? It would have given you 2.
So that would have given him
He did
10.
not, but that might not have been enough.
Yeah, no,
He had to get 12.
it's still not enough. He got an 8,
Okay.
and with the
Yeah.
+2, that gave him a 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's cool.
I can tell you that it is formidable. So you're probably
Yeah.
looking at needing a 14 plus.
Yeah.
So you know roughly how to get there. The other thing that you know, and you were told this by Rashondo, is that entrance into the vault requires 2 things. You need a passcode, and you need a DNA scan. Now, when he went into the vault, he was with Lando Near, up here, that guy, who was his handler, and he was with Fable Beauty. And both of them were able to enter or exit the vault using their passcodes and their DNA. The assumption, of course, being is that if you have a pass card and no DNA, at least the pass card is going to let you get a foot in the door, so to speak, security-wise. You'll have to brute force the security past that point to open the door to the vault.
Okay.
So you've got a level 2 passcode is where we're at with that.
Yeah, but that's enough to get to a lot of places on the station.
That's true.
I bet you Security Chief Brawl or whatever can get in that vault.
I would hope so.
Now I'm curious.
We gotta track him down. He's all fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe the next step we could try to do is hack the comms. The security teams have these comms that are flying around everywhere. If we could throw something out to get the guard on the chief's door to go do something else, maybe we could clone their comms.
Okay.
So we could send fake commands around.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
That's not a bad idea. So whoever wants to do that, go ahead and make a electronics comms plus intellect or education check. That's the first part of the roll. There's going to be a multiple roll.
13.
Okay. And then so you're coming up with some bullshit excuse for them to have to leave his quarters, right? or
Yeah.
get them away from him.
Right. He got one guard was sent to guard his door, and if we get that guard, to leave for something, like he's needed extra security in the ball due to the excess fog and light, and there's been some sabotage, and we need him for questioning of the people at the event.
Okay, go ahead and make a deception plus social check, and you can add a +3 to that total.
How about a 15?
Okay. The first part of that roll was basically finding their frequency that these guys are on, which you did easily. And the second part of that, because you were able to essentially break into their secure comm channel, you fabricated a story, but you got a +1 to that because it wasn't a complete fabrication. I mean, it really is filled with smoke, and there really has been sabotage. Wonder who did that. And so, this, you get a confirmation, and this guy takes off. Now, the only question is, you don't know where Chief Rule's quarters are.
Should be easily accessible on a local kiosk, especially with this level 2 clearance.
That's true. You have a level 2 pass card. Who wants to do that?
I am not. I did the last bit that could have gotten
It's going to be.
us all
It's basically
flagged.
it's going to be and it's not going to be difficult with a level 2 pass card. It's going to be electronics, computers plus intellect or education.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
That will be a 10.
Okay, so you slot this level 2 pass card in and essentially query the database, and it gives you a map directly to this guy's quarters.
Nice.
So you guys make your way down the corridors, and as you're going through this station, when you first arrived, the sections of the station that you saw were fairly impressive. I mean, you're talking about brand new tech that hasn't really, a lot of it hasn't been seen in the Trojan Reach. But as you are getting closer to where the security chief's quarters are, you're into more of the sections that aren't completely finished. And so this is looking more and more like what you're used to. Not necessarily run down, but there's panels missing, there's conduits exposed. Evidently, there is a lot of work that needs to be done still.
I would like us to pause for a second while I hand out the disguise nets and shit that I snuck in with all the holographic material and everything.
Yes, you could do that.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh.
What question look like?
We need to look like IT workers and security and station personnel, so we don't get questioned when we're walking about in these hallways. I want to look like the guy that I want to have two looks. One is just like as a basic IT guy, and when we get to the dude's quarters, I want to make myself look and sound like the guy in charge of the whole base.
Okay.
With my shrieker box, I can mimic his voice, and with the disguise kit, I can look just like him.
That
and
is
and
true.
I bet you very spaced out hallucinogenic fucking security chief guy won't be able to tell I'm not the real guy.
So it says that you look like this guy. I mean, it is. You've got whole body disguise nets.
Yep. And I have a shrieker box.
And you've got a shrieker box. Yeah.
Which I can mimic any voice that I've heard.
I don't think you've heard the guy though.
He was giving a speech earlier.
No, not the technician
Oh.
that she lifted that card from.
No, I'm
It's
not
not
trying
like
to
a
be
nerd,
that
it's
person. I'm trying to be the guy that's in charge of the whole base that's giving a speech.
Oh,
down in the...
Faber Shun, the woman.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, the girl then, the lady.
So you're gonna mimic Faber Shun. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So you guys throw on these disguise nets and are heading down the halls, and you get to Chief Brule's quarters.
hmm
What are you doing?
We need to go in and tell him that he needs to take us to the vault. There's security issues, and he needs to fucking get over his fucking drunkenness.
He is completely passed out. I mean, I don't know. His eyes are open, but he's completely catatonic.
So can we
Oh.
weekend at Bernie's him?
We got some sticks.
I am IT Wonder Man. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose. Let's see.
We should just, I don't know, we need his DNA, right?
Yeah, we need his DNA and we need his card. He's got his card. We could just steal that.
And I forget how the DNA gets
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
in the
We
modern
can-
era.
we can coup de grace this motherfucker and bring his eyes and his fingers or his hands, and then whatever the scanner is, if it's eyes, we just stick his eyes there, and if it's hands, we just put his palm there on there, and we go on it.
It doesn't say. It just says you need a DNA sample.
Wow,
Wait,
we could just take some blood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
As
Quick,
we
somebody
take
give him
his
a
head
handy
off.
J.
Well, I
That's
mean,
nice.
mean,
That's the rainbow.
He's a Varker. Red Rocket, Sparky.
yeah, I think we ought to kill him. I mean, while we've got him here alone,
If you're gonna take his blood, you might as well just take the whole head, right?
yeah, we need
Right.
to take the whole. Yeah,
Really? Then we have a fucking head to get rid of. That's a lot.
I mean, how hard is that, man? You just throw that in the trash.
Yeah, as you were, so this is one thing. So as you were heading towards the quarters, some of the stuff that is, and most of them are up and running, but a lot of these, there are several of these, probably about, probably once per corridor, so maybe once per city block. There are trash chutes, and essentially they're incinerators.
Oh, then we got to take his
All
head.
right.
We need to take his head, his hands, and some blood, and some type of sample. That way, we're covering all the bases.
The rest of him goes into an incinerator.
Yes, piece by piece.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna get so much messier than you anticipate. There's a lot of stuff in a body.
That's
Sand.
true. That is true.
Well, they're gonna know he was murdered. I don't know if all of his machine parts, but I mean, my fear with this is he comes to and notices we have his card, and
Right.
and I don't know how long with all this fucking cybernetics and shit that he's gonna stay fucked up on all this alcohol. So I mean,
Well,
I mean, not to
clearly
be
he
murder
doesn't.
hobo.
Clearly he doesn't have the soldier package because he got fucked up on the alcohol. If he had the soldier package,
Yeah.
he would have reinforced liver and
Yeah.
heart. He wouldn't be able to get drunk anymore. So
Mm.
clearly he
Well,
doesn't have that.
Can we ask Captain Beth to do a medical check and see about how long he's going to be out of commission?
So Gregor wants to just off him. He's going to put his either use his garrote or put his pistol to the guy's head.
Well, if you're going to do it, use the garrote because you've been fucking wanting to use that thing for fucking ever and you never get a chance.
That's true. That's
You'll
true.
pull triggers.
He's been
know?
wanting to use the garrote for like what, 2 years?
Over a year now, man.
Yeah, just use the garage. Fine.
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
it needs
go
to be
ahead.
broken in.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. I guess that would be a melee. Well, you know what? You're not gonna have to make a roll anyways. This guy's completely limp and catatonic, and you garrote him, And as he's getting garroted, he struggles a little bit, and I go ahead and make a. It would be athletic strength or just 2d plus your strength modifier. And now you're gonna make me look this up. So that is a 13, and let me.
It's an awesome roll.
That is an awesome roll, yeah. Let's see here. Weapon.
This is not the time to be rolling ones and twos. Just saying. wait till we're doing something else.
There it is. Okay, so I would say that this was an easy job. Roll 2d plus 9. Oh, shit. So, yeah, Gregor comes up, wraps him, and pulls, and not only is the guy choking out, but he then starts to profusely bleed out, and with just a little bit more effort, and maybe a little bit of jerking back and forth by grabbing his hair, the guy's head comes off.
Well, there we go. We didn't need to go ahead and.
These are some shoddy cybernetics.
This whole thing took like about 4 minutes. You do so. Beth, go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or education check.
Get that Sullivan's
10.
Okay, so this guy, just the head. Hold on here. Sure, we'll look at that first, I guess. His right arm is a combat arm.
Mhm.
And with that roll, you can tell that it is an advanced combat arm. That's tech level 13. So his right arm had strength 18, protection plus 6, shield, melee, or pistol fitting. You don't know because you don't have the gun. You haven't opened it up to see what's in there.
That's great.
In
Take
his-
that along with it.
You can tell that he has enhanced vision, improved tech level 14 in one of his eyes. And he has a neural comm. And
Did we extract the cybernetics and take them with us?
I think the arm would be pretty easy to get off, but I don't. The rest of
yeah,
it
I mean, you already got the
hard.
head, but the neural comm is is advanced. It's tech level 15. And it looks like he has a tech level 15 neural link. So he's got. Oh, now there's a question. Gregor, roll a d6. So, yeah, the neural link, though, so where the garrote came through at the base of his head was, so a neural link is an advanced wafer jack, and the nice thing about the neural link is over a standard wafer jack. So he had the neural link with the neural jack. The neural jack part was damaged. So the neural link's there, but essentially what this means is if you can get the parts to fix this thing, assuming it can be fixed, is that the neural link would allow you to slot wafers that would give you So a waferjack just gives you intellect and education skills, whereas a neural link can give you muscle memory and you can add strength and dexterity skills. Like if you don't know how to shoot heavy weapons, you could slot up to like a +3 and just automatically know that skill. You basically become Neo. I know Kung Fu.
Mm.
Do we have time to harvest all that shit, or
You
I
guys,
mean,
I mean, you've got the head, which would give you the neural link, and the neural comm, and the enhanced vision. It would take some time to pull that arm off.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about it then. Whatever's in the vault is gonna be really good.
And
Oh.
just Gregor pulling the head off of this guy with his garrote already took 4 minutes.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
I
yeah,
agree.
you know, we need to kind of take the dude and turn the lights off in here and cover him up with a blanket and head on out. We need to go to the vault.
Okay, and you're tossing him in a um
In a
trash
burning
chute.
bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you open up and drop the body in there.
And then can I make some kind of roll to clean up the mess?
Yes, I would say, like, how good do you want to clean it up?
I'm just trying to make it so a quick visual inspection doesn't fucking show blood and everything else. You know, I'm not trying to take.
Yeah, I mean the sheet.
deep
If you
clean.
assuming that you wrapped him, because he was just kind of sitting on his bed, so assuming that you
Well-
wrapped him in the blankets, you know, you can remove the blood from that. The mattress itself is going to be it's going to be stained. Probably.
Can we
forever.
remake the bed with fresh linen? Like take
Yeah.
towels and make it so that more blood won't seep through.
Yeah.
Remake the bed all nice and
Yeah, if
And
you're
then-
if you're really hustling with all of you, you can remake that bed in about 2 minutes. So you're now down 6 minutes in this whole ordeal.
all right, let's go.
So
Yeah, let's
Out
go.
here.
you dump him in a trash chute, and you guys take an elevator. You've got his pass card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shitter. I forgot that I was ahead of the curve on this. So I will give AX57 control to Cameron and Devin. There he is. So you guys take an elevator, and you're taking this lift, and you've taken several twists and turns, and you are getting towards the what you think is getting towards the front or the center of this dodecahedron. There we go. Yeah. And so the elevator finally comes to a stop, and you note that it is not telling you a floor. It's not telling you anything. The elevator, the readout for the elevator is simply saying restricted access, but it's not telling you what floor you're on, or it's not giving you a map.
Flash the
Police
flash the
stop.
badge. Yeah.
Okay,
I think somewhere use the bed.
you flash the badge, and the elevator door unlocks. Hold on
Let's
here.
peek out before we rush out of it.
Let me add you guys. Everybody can roll initiative. That way we know what order we're going in. And for AX57, it says he's just going to be 2D plus 0, so for his initiative.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yes.
It's under your control, though.
Okay.
Gregor, what'd you get for initiative?
Nothing.
You got 11? Ah, 9. Okay. All right. You know, we don't need an initiative for AX57. We'll just go ahead and he'll go on Keith's turn because he's kind of a companion kind of situation. I mean, if we were doing an all droids episode, that could be interesting actually. So Ting, what are you? I mean, the door says it's unlocked. What are you doing?
Well, I'm looking like I'm the motherfucker that runs this place, so I'm gonna step out with confidence and step in and look around.
Okay, so this section is pretty dark.
I have enhanced vision.
Most of the lighting is dimmed out. You are getting some lights that are coming from these holographic displays. Like they've set up some large holographic displays that are mostly readouts telling you what the what's going on with the station and things like that. But I mean, these are big, almost billboard size. Like they are clearly they are for technicians and higher level security people. But this section clearly is not done yet.
Sounds good. I'm gonna keep on walking.
Yeah, you can move. So you can move 18 meters with your 3 minor actions.
Stop right there and be looking at the readout, see if anything comes across my eyes. I don't really have time to get any information, but next round I can.
Yeah, I mean you can see on this readout here that it's monitoring multiple different things, basically different work crews that are moving around. Make a investigate plus intellect check.
8.
So you do see that there is one section that is monitoring a cut data cable, and there's a little map, and it looks like it is going from the ballroom that you were in down to this level, or I guess down is the wrong word, but to this level.
Yeah. Is there any kind of input on this billboard? Or
No,
touch?
it's just monitoring numerous different. There's numerous different squares that are set up on this gigantic, like 70-inch screen.
Right.
That is monitoring different parts of the station.
Is that what this is? Is this a console right over here?
There is a console, yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And you see that here is an airlock to what looks like an escape pod.
Okay.
Gregor, what are you doing?
I'm thinking they can see me, right?
Yeah, they should be able to. Yeah, he can see you.
I go to there.
Okay. Yeah, so you're seeing this same thing. same information. Keith and your astromech droid, where are you going?
Yeah, let's just follow for now.
Okay.
I'll keep X-57 right behind me.
Okay. Yeah, you should have control of them. There you go. And Beth.
Bringing up the rear.
All right.
Keith, do you think that you could do some of your mechanicalism shit to lock that elevator door open so it stays here?
Certainly, we can try to jam it so it stays in place.
Yeah, well, if people can't call the lift, they'll have a hard time getting here.
That's true.
Do you want to send your droid to do it?
Let's have a X-57 do it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have.
It has better mechanic skills than I do.
Yeah, AX-57 can either make a. See here. Yeah, you've got a couple of different ways you could do it. You could do, electronics computers. He's got a +3 to that, or he could make a +3 to mechanic. Either way, you could physically engage the brakes if you wanted to.
I like the mechanic idea.
Okay.
10.
Okay, so he has mechanically engaged the locking system. So it's physically stuck here. It's not a software malfunction. In addition, and I skipped over this for some reason. When you guys were in Chief Brule's quarters committing murder, he did have a couple of guns in there. Since the only person that right now has a gun, I believe Cameron has her laser pistol, which is part of her uniform, and Gregor has his body pistol. Chief Brule had a Gauss pistol, for anybody who wants to take one.
I will take that.
And he had a Gauss rifle.
That's pretty hard to conceal.
Well, you can put on a security disguise and be walking with it.
Yeah, I could look like the clone guys. Okay, sure, I'll take a Gauss rifle.
That's really paying off with those disguise nets that I smuggled into the concert. And
Absolutely.
Actually,
Yeah.
Before you write that down, I think that's wrong. I don't think they're Gauss weapons.
PGMP.
Yes, he's got a PGMP.
I'm standing in front of her.
So it is a snub pistol. Sorry.
Okay.
And a snub carbine. I think it's a little weird that the snub carbine doesn't have the auto trait.
I never used the snub carbine.
So the thing with snub weapons, so first of all, they have the 0G trait, and snub weapons are generally handed out for security forces on ships or stations because they aren't going to pierce the hull. They use the same receiver as the snub carbine uses the same receiver as the pistol, but it has a longer barrel and a folding stock. It is still semi-automatic. It says it's barely more effective than the pistol version. So,
Right.
so you've got two snub weapons.
Yeah.
What are the damage on those things?
So snub carbine does 3D -3, and it has a range of 75 meters. And the magazine on it's 20.
What?
At least it holds a lot of ammo.
Yeah.
And the snub pistol is also 3D minus 3. Range is 5 meters. And the magazine is 6 shots.
Okay.
If we do this right, we don't have to fucking shoot any guns.
That's right.
Let's hope.
So, Ting, where are you going?
Continuing on down the fucking hallway like I own the motherfucking place.
Okay.
What I'm doing,
Okay. So, standing here, kind of guard, and this guy is wearing battle dress,
mm-hmm.
and he is equipped with a Gauss rifle and a laser pistol and a stunner.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees you. Go ahead and make it. Well, he sees you and immediately stands at attention and salutes.
Yeah. I've walked my I've walked my thing, but as I see the guy and he does salute, I will I'll say real loud, soldier prepare for inspection.
Make a deception plus social check, and you can be fabulous.
I am
It's
fabulous.
inspection day, though. It's not
10.
really deception.
Okay, so he stands at attention, and he pulls his rifle down, butt down on the floor, and he's holding onto the barrel, and he stands there rigid. Are you guys still there? There, okay. Gregor, what are you doing?
They're in awe of this soldier's physique.
Right? Gregor's throwing magic missiles.
Can we do that? I have no idea.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there's an effects thing.
holy?
Yeah, it's the very last one and tools on the left.
Okay. His blood. Sorry. Okay, I'll quit. I'm so sorry. All right.
So you want to move to like here? Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
My turn
To
over
turn
anyway.
off the magic, you just click on the arrow at the top on the left on the bar. That's your select tool. So Gregor moves up and kind of gets at this corner, and you're kind of looking around. And let me. Yeah, I would say if you want to. So Gregor, if you want to kind of stealth there and look around the corner, you can. I mean, you've got a disguise net on, so you don't really have to, but you can. Okay, so you're just looking around the corner. You can see Ting is giving this guard orders. I mean, of course, everybody can hear Ting. What both Ting and Gregor see, there is a console here, And let me see how far ahead can you see. You have enhanced vision. So I will say there. So now Ting should be able to see a little bit further. Yes. So Ting can see further. Gregor cannot. But what you see is you see this console here, and you see that there is large, heavy secured doors right behind the security guard. Keith, what are you doing?
Um, 857 and I are going to head over to.
Wait, he's keeping the door open.
Oh, it's not. It's secure at
Oh,
this
okay.
point. So
All right.
we're gonna just head right behind Gregor.
Okay.
Hang out there for a second. Make sure we're happy to go around the corner.
Okay.
But we're gonna wait.
Okay. And Beth, what would you like to do? So let's say Beth, Keith, and Gregor are all dressed like technicians, right?
I thought I was like a security clone.
Okay. Yeah, you could be. Yeah, you could do that. You
If
could
I'm
be another
tall enough.
security guard.
Yeah. Okay. That's about how far I can make it.
Okay. So, Ting, this guy's standing at attention, waiting for an inspection. What are you doing?
I'm gonna come up to him and look down at his gauze rifle expectantly, and I'm gonna tell him to present his arms.
Okay. He flips up and hands you. I mean, it's not like he's in the Marines. It's not anything fancy. He just brings it up and holds it out for inspection. He's got his Gauss rifle in front of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out of his hand and look down on it and ask him what's the serial number of.
Let's see here.
Who knows?
What is the unladen airspeed of? All right, let's see. Oh, he rattles off the serial number.
What it did. Okay.
Yeah.
Like 15 digits long. And you're like looking at her like, motherfucker.
Well, he's supposed to know that, you know. I'll be like, the reason I'm asking all this is because we've had security breaches, and I'm escorting my team into the vault.
And go ahead and make a deception plus social check. And fabulous, of course.
Yeah. 9.
Hmm. So he says, pardon my asking, sir, but I haven't heard about any security breaches, and the last orders that you gave were to lock the vault down. I was under the impression that you wanted it locked down during the opening ceremonies.
Ceremony had to end early because of sabotage upon the antenna.
Go ahead and make a. You can make another deception plus social check, and you can make that with a boon.
So let's do 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 5 is 11.
Okay. So he He says, yes, sir. I was aware that there were some technicians that were sent up there. There was some kind of disruption with the array.
Yeah, that's right. And for the record, I do appreciate you standing here questioning, but you should also realize the rank in the chain of command when you do so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I apologize, sir. Gregor, what are you doing?
I don't know if there's a security guard around the corner or not, guys. So I mean, that's the bit.
Well, they'll see you come in and
Yeah.
do whatever you say, probably.
All right. I don't know if he's fixing to open the vault for us or is this passcode going to come. So that's where we are on that.
Who's got the head?
I think me.
Okay.
I'm guessing I'd have it.
Gregor, on your left-hand side on the toolbar, all the way at the top, there's a little arrow, or there's an arrow that's pointing to the upper left corner of your screen. Click on that arrow. And then you should be able to click on your token. No, wrong one. All the way on the left side where the Roll20 toolbar is, at the very top, you'll see a little hand, and then above the little hand is the arrow. Just click on the arrow. Okay.
He's trying to move like here,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Did you want to use one action or two? The door is not open now. So the console, you're standing there looking at the console, and you can see that it has a display, and on the right-hand side, there are two different pieces to this. The top part is a card reader for you to insert a pass card, and then the bottom part is some kind of scanner. Pretty much you could put anything on here. You could put your hand or your thumb, or you could get real close and look at it, or breathe on it, whatever. But this is the DNA scanner portion. And the main part of the console, the left side of it, then actually will display any information or give you controls for locking or unlocking the door. Okay. Keith, what are you doing?
I'm going to head towards the door also. I'm going to just be right behind Gregor and prepare. I don't want to be in the way of the DNA scan, but I'm thinking I'll be behind Gregor, so like in that direction.
Okay.
And then kind of blocking the view of the
guard.
The guard is kind of my idea
You
here.
want to be
Yeah, I
right
guess I would
there.
be there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then I gotta rip a chunk off the head or something.
I was hoping you had some blood sampling collected.
I'll just spray blood in the DNA reader.
Shake the head at it.
You got some fur. I don't know.
You could make it collect some saliva.
We got a chunk. There is a loose chunk on a decapitated head.
I'm sure. I'm sure there are several.
Okay, breaking a chunk off, moving over here, and I guess putting the chunk in the scanner. This is so gross.
Okay, and and then who's got the chief's pass card?
King does.
King, right?
Okay, so Ting, the security guard, looks at this entourage and an astromech droid. He says, "Oh, I wasn't aware that you brought an entire team, sir. Did you need me to escort you in?"
No, I need you to go down and clear the hallways and stuff to make sure that nobody's penetrated this far. Report back to this post, and then I'll hand the gauze rifle to Captain Beth, and I go, this officer will stand your post while you make patrols and we go in.
Okay. Go ahead and make a deception plus social plus your fabulous.
Oh, okay. So the first two were 4s, plus 5 is 14. I'm sorry, 13. I need to put that on 2.
Yeah, he says, "Yes, sir," and he heads down this way.
And then if he doesn't pull like his pistol while he's going, I'll be like, pull your sidearm.
Yes, sir, and he pulls his sidearm out.
Yeah. And then I'll swipe the card in the console.
Okay, so you swipe the card in the console, and these big doors. There's this big clunk, and you can hear them kind of grinding slowly open. And looking inside, you see perfect blackness. This is even with your enhanced vision. So what you're seeing, and Ting, you can roll 2D plus your intellect modifier.
Oh, that's the wrong way.
Do you have art holography?
Yes.
You can add your art holography to that roll if you'd like.
Well, my art holography gives me an 8.
Okay. You can tell that the perfect blackness in this room is being generated by holograms.
Oh.
Right.
Well, that makes sense. I do that too.
Just so we can't. Yeah, it's probably just so we can't see in. You know. Well, I think we could just walk right on in, and we should be able to see just fine.
Gregor, what do you want to do? You want to walk on in? Okay. So, Gregor, you step into the room, and we'll get to what you see in just a second. Keith, what are you doing?
I'm assuming the console doesn't have anything on it that we need to mess with right now, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to have AX-57 stand outside with the captain.
Okay. All right. And Beth and Ting. You guys just entering the room?
I'm pretending to be the soldier, so I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna first walk over. Man, I really want to access the ship's comm system and do a massive jam right now to stop everybody from talking. Because that security guard's got those neurocoms, and I really don't want him reporting things. I've got to trust my team to handle those things. I'm not in charge any fucking way. So I'm going to come over here to the console, and I'm going to use my clearance to initiate an a ship-wide comm jam. Station-wide comm jam.
Go ahead and
Jam all comms.
okay. Go ahead and make a electronics comms plus intellect or education. You get to make that with a boon.
Oh, hell yeah. 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay. So, are you jamming comms or just disabling them?
They've got neurocoms. I can't disable those. I have to jam.
Okay, so you are from this console broadcasting white noise out across all of the communications channels.
Maybe make it a, those generic tests, This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Right,
You
yes.
know,
Okay.
If this was an actual emergency, this message would be followed by instructions and other things. Beep, and then just loop it. Loop that shit.
Okay. So Gregor and Keith, and Beth, you can see this too since this door is open. In the perfect blackness that is this chamber, a hologram pops up of this guy. And he says, this hologram kind of hollowly looks at you and says, I am Professor Jaskarl. I don't know who you are, but you fit a very specific psychohistorical profile. I can say with 89.4% certainty that you are, or that you work for, a resurgent polity within the Trojan Reach. You have used piracy and economic pressure to garner influence over neighboring worlds with eventual goals of forcing concessions from a major power, and I commend you on your efforts thus far. How do I know this, you might ask? Oh, I don't know if you're asking. My predictive methods apply only to large populations, to entire star systems and civilizations, not to individuals. I do not know anything about you. I can only know the probable shape of history. The larger the population, the more accurate my predictions. Applied to multiple sectors, probabilities become certainties. Some time ago, a consortium of concerned imperial citizens hired me to apply my techniques to the future of the spinward marches. In brief, my conclusion is that without active intervention, the Aslan Herate will inevitably expand to conquer the entire Trojan Reach and corridor sector, cutting the marches off from the main body of the Imperium, and trillions will die. As he speaks, more holograms appear in the darkness. The stars of the Trojan Reach, neutral stars in white, the deep purple of the Imperium, the cool blue of the Florian League, and the bloody red of the Aslan. The red expands, swallowing system after system until it crashes into Tobiah and Pax Rulin. So he is showing you, and this is what you will see. This is the current map of the charted space of the Imperium. And of course, the Aslan Herate is all down here, and you guys are in this little section up here. Or, I'm sorry. Yes, Aslan Herate's down here. These are the Aslan colonies, and then, of course, you are right here with the Aslan, or with the Trojan Reach. This map shifts and becomes this. I mean, basically everything is all screwed up. He then goes on and continues.
This is our area.
He says, this disaster can be prevented. The General Development Company's secret purpose is to prepare the Trojan Reach. By uplifting and fortifying key civilizations, we turn them into caltrops, into tiger traps that will disrupt and slow the Aslan advance. By laboring in secret over many generations, the company can alter the otherwise inevitable future. The hologram rolls back and displays a potential future. In this version, the Aslan advance comes to a stop and then just very slowly advances. It says, my predictions show an upcoming intersection between your efforts and ours. As conflict grows within the Aslan Herate between their traitor and warmonger clans, this pressure manifests as incursions into neutral space. You may have already experienced such attacks. They are but a small taste of the conflict to come. I have a proposition for you. Let us make your polity our lightning rod. We will fortify you, lend you our aid. This will draw the Aslan onto you. You will endure, you will fight bravely, but in the end, you must lose. Your destruction will have consequences that ripple out across the Trojan Reach, inspiring other systems to prepare for the Aslan assault. The General Development Company will protect you or a small few individuals of your choice, but the destruction must be otherwise absolute and memorable. Refuse this proposition, and offense will transpire as the mathematics dictate. There is still an 88% chance that the Aslan strike at you even without Jadeko assistance. And the hologram stands there like he's waiting for you to ask questions.
So my first question is there a specific location that has to fall?
The whole thing. Well, there's only really the palace.
So he responds that he's 89.4% sure that the polity that you must represent is Drinax. The destruction of Drinax is necessary to the adjustment of the psychohistorical progression of the Trojan Reach. If the Aslan attack is repelled, it will throw Jaskarl's or throw his calculations off and put the entire Third Imperium at risk.
So why would Drinax have to fall?
I have an answer for that.
Let's reunite everybody.
The hologram explains that the plan requires the reactivation of the Golden Age myth. To translate the subtle mathematics of psychohistory into crude words, the culture of the central Trojan Reach is still haunted by the memory of the Empire of Sindal. That empire is too far in the past to be of use, but if those cultural associations can be rekindled with the temporary ascension of a new empire, then the destruction of that new empire will be especially traumatic. It will be the shock needed to drive the whole Reach to adopt a new and more belligerent attitude towards the Aslan.
That makes sense. Anyone else have any questions?
Is there any treasure in here at all? Damn it.
Well, when you say, is there any treasure in here at all? He responds with, your query is outside the predicted parameters of this interaction.
Oh my gosh.
Are we all in there now, or?
I mean, you can be.
I just know. Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to initiate the thing and then lock the system out and then go on in with everybody. As big as this is, it's probably best Captain Beth come in too.
Yeah, aside wanting to see if there's any loot in here, or asking the hologram if there's any loot in here, which he not programmed to answer, did you have any other questions?
And they knew we were going to break in here. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, I was going to ask if Jadeko knew that we were going to be breaking here.
Oh yeah, they put this thing in here to make an offer to us.
I mean, at this point, we really don't have to do anything else, right? The Drinax, I mean, we can just kind of sneak out the back door and let it all collapse, and they'll get what they want. Drinax is already pretty well situated with the Rasputin and the system defense boats we've dropped off, plus another Harrier. I mean,
so
I gotta think.
He responds to that by saying that you must help ensure that Drinax falls.
Okay, we can do that. I think the way to do that is to encourage the Rasputin, who's captain already kind of wants to go off on her own. To go off on her own.
Well, if you go off on your own, then you can't be there to ensure that Drinax falls.
Not us, the Rasputin.
Oh, yeah, she.
She already is kind of showing tendencies that she wants to go out
That's true.
and do all that. All I'm saying is that we push that, and she leaves, and the biggest weapon in the system leaves. That's got to ensure it falls. But if we need to do more to make it fall, we probably could. I wouldn't be against that. I don't really give a fuck about Drinax. I'm not saying that out loud, but I mean, I'm just trying to get a lot of credits and survive. So I mean, that's my side. I'm pretty sure Beth and maybe Keith might be loyal Sindalians. I don't know.
I have a question, I guess. So if we say no, is Judeko going to pull out of the reach because it's like
He says.
going to fall?
He says if you refuse our offer, you're free to go. As far as Judeko is concerned, Drinax is doomed anyways. There is an 88% chance that the Aslan will attack within a few years, and an equally high chance that any such attack will wipe Drinax out.
Is Drinax ready as to stand, or I mean, to stand in for this empire that needs to exist, or do we need to build it up more?
He responds, your query is outside the predicted parameters of this interaction.
So, but what I was saying is, okay, so Drinax says no, and then Drinax gets attacked, but then the whole reach gets fucked up, right? So Judeko would not invest anymore, would they? They go away, I'd imagine.
They wouldn't. Yeah, most of the Trojan Reach would get fucked up. You're right, and he essentially tells you that that Judeko's secret purpose is they are willing to sacrifice the Reach in order to save the Third Imperium.
I mean, I think the way to go is to take.
Or should we join them?
He does say that if you accept Judeko's offer, that Judeko will ensure that you are protected and provided for.
I mean, that clears our name.
Yeah, being a pirate kind of sucks after a while, doesn't it? Well, I guess we could always do it again later.
We've got the skills. We could bring it back. But
being a pirate for Drinax kind of sucks, I should say. Being a pirate for Thieves is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Drinax has been kind of a wash as far as its helpfulness for us.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, we could go and then give them a terrible battle plan, right? That they go on, and then at the,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and then at the last second we take our ships and leave, and just watch them fail. We could also sabotage certain things. We could go traitor. Their missions have sucked. They've never had a vault worth a flying fuck. They've been a big promise all along, and we've toted this bullshit fucking kingdom. I mean, we've toted the whole thing for the most part. They've sucked. I mean, he's talking about 86% chance that they fall, and I'm like, he's not really knowing the dumbassery that they have.
That's true. That's true.
He would raise
88%. It's probably closer to 95.
Yeah, I mean,
the only reason they succeed is because of us at this point. So
yeah.
I was gonna ask him his opinion of Prince Herrick's plan.
He responds with, your query is outside the predicted parameters of this interaction.
Okay, fine.
So how do you ensure our protection, and what kind of exit package are you offering?
he just responds again with that General Development Company will ensure that you are protected and provided for.
Well, they say that, but like we were able to saw the head off the security chief, so
Yeah, I mean,
and we're all still gonna have to look out for ourselves. They mean like provided for like in prison or like some kind of weird genie technicality shit.
Your query is outside the predicted parameters of this interaction.
What the fuck
He's
do I
waiting.
talk to
He's
you?
waiting for a yes or no answer whether you're going to accept the offer or not.
Okay, everybody vote.
all right. I vote we take the offer.
I'm going to vote we take it.
Because I mean, if we take the offer, then I mean, we're still on their good graces. It's not like they can control us and make us stay by the parameters of the offer. I mean, we're fucking pirates.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're unpredictable as it is. That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, taking the deal here and now, I think is just a benefit. There's no reason to stick our thumb in their ass unless they want us to, and I don't think they want us to. So I mean, there's no point in making a. I mean, we're really outgunned here at this base anyway. So
What about Gregor? Does he vote to take the deal? Take the deal?
He's muted.
I don't know.
Yes.
All right. There's
Okay, well, I'm outvoted no matter what, so I'm gonna pretend I was conflicted at all and go, yeah, let's take the deal.
So he responds back with that Judeco representatives will work in the background to ensure that you are properly taken care of. And then the hologram it doesn't go away per se, but it does, it kind of dims. And anybody that wants to search the vault, we'll start with each of you. Beth, go ahead and roll 2D. Or I'm sorry, you can make a. If you're searching by hand, you can roll investigate plus intellect.
So 13.
You can also search. 13's pretty fucking good. So wow.
That's a magic item.
Okay, hold on here. Yeah, you find something pretty good. Yeah, you already have that. You find an old Sandalian monitor drone. So these are small, self-contained units that can be placed in orbit around a planet or a moon, or they can be landed on the surface. And they have sensor coverage that is limited when deployed on the surface of any world that is size 3 or bigger. But the drone will pick up spacecraft passing overhead in an arc defined by the surrounding terrain. Useful information can still be obtained this way. One common gambit is to position a drone close to a downport where it can monitor ships coming and going along with their communications and traffic.
Excellent.
That's
there's,
nice.
there's a
yeah.
whole bunch of shit on this. Let's see here. Let me.
That's it.
That's too big.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Here, I will create a thing for this. And you can see all about it. Come on, roll. There. So this is the monitor drone. Keith, you can either do investigate plus intellect, or you can do a computer plus intellect. Your choice.
Okay, I'll do computers.
Okay.
9.
So you pull up information in the database about an exceedingly valuable cargo that's being shipped through the Trojan Reach. You've got manifest, departure times, the complete route up the Dust Belt. Basically, you can pick a port and hit this ship.
Does it have any information on the security of the vessel?
Let's see.
You put little treats in here for us.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
So the ship in question actually, it's multiple ships. It is a convoy, DW744. Consists of 3 Type A2 Far Traders, the Chassimere, Clunket, and Far Jump, along with a subsidized liner named Graceful Lady. They are proceeding under escort of a patrol corvette named Templeton and have picked up additional local vessels en route. Cargo, the Clunket is carrying stores for the patrol corvette in addition to her own cargo, whilst the other ships are fully private. Not high-value military convoy, it is simply a group of merchant ships. But the cargo that the Clunket is carrying is listed as high value. So you're probably looking at my trade thing. You are looking at $6 tons of cybernetics.
1.
1D times 5. 15 tons of crystals and gems. And 15 tons of advanced weapons.
Well, maybe we'll hit that. Sounds good.
Gregor, you can make your choice, either investigate plus intellect, or computer plus electronics computers plus intellect. Your choice.
I'm going to do computers
Okay.
since I don't have investigate. All the fun.
Just not wanting to work for you tonight. There it goes. 7.
Go.
So you find Your favorite thing. You find 7 mega credits in physical cash, gold, jewels, bearer bonds, and other easily portable treasures.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ting, you want to make an investigate plus intellect or a electronics computers plus intellect? A 10. Okay. So Ting finds in the computer database the identity of a Jadeko agent who is in a position of power on a neutral world. Let me pull this up. So a neutral world. Probably number 1. So number 1 is run by Warden Rajib, the pretentious little 10-year-old girl who hates pirates. And you have found the identity of a Jadeko agent who is in a position of power on that planet, and if you were to expose that agent, the warden would owe you guys a favor, moving number 1 2 steps towards being friendly or being a haven.
Yeah. I never thought that would happen.
So that's what you find in the vault. You guys are still disguised. You can take your loot and your information and make your way out of the vault, back to your ship, back to Shenanigans, and make your way out of out of the spaceport. So we will be gone, obviously, for Christmas and New Year's Day. So our next game will be after the New Year. It will be January 8th at 6 o'clock, and we will pick up with what's been going on with your pirate characters. Because there's a whole bunch of shit that's been going on on the other side of this too. So we will pick up with your pirate characters on January 8th.
All right, cool. This was great. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a good New Year, and I will see you next year.
Thank you very much. Have a nice holiday.
You too. Have a good one, guys.